Good evening, y'all. Tonight's Unis Honest tribute goes to one of my favorite episodes that I watched a few times. It was two grown men attempt the presidential fitness test. In this one, Mark and Ethan did what we all know as the presidential fitness test, a few of the sort of measures that is used usually among youth to assess where they are in like fitness and stuff. I hated those things as a child, which is funny because now I'm like all about, well, not like all about fitness, but like I studied nutrition and fitness for 5 years. Like, definitely like way more into it than when I was a kid. And I remember I wrote down the things they did. They did pull ups, they did sit ups, which are really supposed to be curl ups, I guess, which like we always did sit-ups when I was a kid, so I don't know if that's a new thing because like people have learned that sit-ups can ruin your back. And they also did push-ups. They did a reach stretch, and then they did a 3 mile bike, which they changed when they did the. They did like another video of this nature later, but hang on a second. They put it at 50 resistance, which I don't know. And then they said like they tried to equate that to running a mile, but I wonder if maybe the resistance was supposed to be lower because like that seems like pretty like their times were not super great. They weren't bad, but they like I would have thought that Mark and Ethan would have been like at a better level of fitness. I don't remember what their times and numbers and all that good stuff was. And I was going to do this to try to see how I stack as well. I might still do that tonight. I definitely want to get some kind of metric or measure of where I'm at going into this new year because, like, I definitely have some fitness goals I want to put up. I'm working on my 2021 little goal board bingo. My friend Quill's doing a really cool Twitch stream about art right now, actually, and has designed a really nice template for like a 2021 resolution bingo chart. So if you're interested in checking that out, I might put a link in the comments. Art by Quilliam, I think, is the handle or tag. So, anyways, though, let me refocus. I got all over the place. All right, yeah. So, fitness goals for the new year and stuff. Um, I am really bad at push-ups. Like I'll admit that. And one thing I do instead, actually, I'll do like I think they're called dumbbell flies or something, or chest press or whatever. There's a word for it. I'd have to look it up, but I have some like 8 pound weights, and I usually will do like a number of those because for me, I would rather do something at a lower resistance correctly than try to do something at too high of a resistance and use bad technique because that's not going to be very helpful either. Um, so that's something I want to work on. For sit ups, I might just do crunches. I'm not sure. I sometimes do sit ups. I know like you're not supposed to, but like I do them at Taekwondo all the time. And so it's a thing. But yeah, so with the video that Mark and Ethan did, though, I do want to talk about that a little bit more because like I really liked it. I watched this one a few times and it had like it had some silly and fun moments. Like they like had some like pre-workout protein powder stuff or whatever that they shook in those like shaker bottles. But like Mark like spilled some or made a mess, and they were just like panicking over that for like the first 3 minutes of the video. Like it was just like great. It's like, oh, don't tell Amy. And then they did they had the different things, and this had an incredible moment that like it totally flew below the radar, and I think a lot of other people too didn't notice it the first time they watched this video. When they were doing the 3 mile biking, Ethan like started chanting like 3 mile mark and like was being cute and adorable in the way he was, but apparently like he kind of got on Mark's nerves there, and Mark actually punched a hole in the wall, which I didn't even realize that like when I watched it the first time. And I only noticed it because in later videos you could see like there was a splint on his finger because he had punched a hole in the wall and broken his damn finger. So that was totally crazy. And they revisited that. They talked about that kind of when they were reflecting over the year. Mark said he totally lost his cool and he needs to work on that and he needs to work on his anger. He's never like hurt anybody, but he's definitely like lost his cool at sometimes. And like I think that's a really interesting thing to be able to acknowledge when you have difficult emotions and how you handle them. I definitely always am like hyper cognizant of like the bad emotions I have and how I should be handling them, how I am handling them. Um, some of the kind of bad reactions I will sometimes have, I try to be aware of that, and I think that's important to do. And so it's really good to see that Mark is also doing that sort of thing. So, anyways, I don't have a pull up bar either. That's another thing that like I don't know, like I'm not really great with that. I wouldn't say I'm like it's not that I have bad upper body strength because I remember in college like we did do a test of maximal bench press or something, and I think I was kind of in the upper percentile of that group that was studying nutrition and fitness. So it's not like I don't think like I'm weak or anything. I don't know, maybe I'm like in my head and just not as good as I'd like to be with things like push-ups and pull-ups and all that. But yeah, definitely some good goals to work towards. And I definitely want to have some kind of measure of where I'm at, because I want to start running and doing more taekwondo and just being in better physical shape. I think that's something that's important to me, even though it's hard for me to always do. I was gonna go for a run or do something today. I might. Part of the reason too why I'm not doing the presidential fitness test testing tonight is because I have a little bit of lower back pain that is not what I'm used to. So it is important to listen to your body. Like if you have some kind of muscle soreness that isn't typical of just like, oh, you worked out and your legs are sore because you worked out. Like something like that. I don't know if it was from, I did take a pretty long walk and run last night. I don't know if it's from that or something, the way I slept, so the way I've been sitting, I'm kind of in like a weird slouchy position right now. I need to work on that. But I'm going to do some light stretching, I think. And I'm probably going to just try to take it easy tonight though. But I'm really looking forward to kind of starting off the new year with hopefully some good habits and get back to you guys on that. So put in the comments if you have some things you want to do this new year, some fitness goals. I don't I like to say fitness goals more than weight loss goals because like I don't really care about weight. I'm personally like I'm just a bigger person. I don't really care, and I think that that's a dicey thing to get too tied up in. It's just a number, and for me, it's more important. I'd rather be at a higher weight and feel better and healthier and be more athletic than worry about how slim I am or how low my weight is or whatever. So, anyways, go ahead and put in the comments your 2020 goals. If there's anything else, like I have a few other things too, like reading books and Quill and I were talking about going to a farmer's market or something, just like fun stuff like that. So, anyways, and I'll drop the resolution bingo thing in the comments if I can as well. So, you guys have a wonderful evening, and I'm looking forward to seeing y'all in the next video.